indicates that the sealed document contains, quote, highly sensitive information about witnesses who've been interviewed by the FBI. And second, it confirms that the investigation, quote, implicates highly classified materials.
A grand jury is looking into efforts by Mr. Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, to overturn 2020 election results in Georgia. Bill Holloway is a legal analyst for our affiliate WSB in Atlanta.
If he has been told that he is a target, the odds are extremely high that you're not going to hear much of anything from him except an invocation of his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
An incumbent Republican could pay a steep price in today's primary in Wyoming for bucking the party tide.
It has often sounded like a race between Liz Cheney and Donald Trump. She's gone after him, accusing him of lying about the 2020 election.
It is a door Donald Trump opened.
And he's gone after her.
We need you to vote that crazy rhino
Out of office. Today, voters will decide. Republicans here are divided.
Liz Cheney is a cesspool that is wrong with this country.
Liz has held to her moral convictions.
The polls show Cheney far behind her challenger, Harriet Hageman. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Jackson, Wyoming.
2020 is setting a record for unauthorized migrant crossings. Correspondent Vicki Barker.
By late June, 10 months into the government's fiscal year, the number of unauthorized crossings caught by border officials had surpassed the total for the entire previous year, itself a record.
New York City is planning to house migrants bussed in from Texas at a luxury hotel in the theater district. A hospital in Memphis is on lockdown right now. Medical teams at Methodist North are reportedly treating multiple victims of a shooting involving two separate crime scenes. A parked car riddled with bullets is outside the hospital. An assault rifle still lies on the pavement near gas pumps at a local filling
Did you
station.
put this in
Come on.
Tiger
Yeah,
Woods
yeah,
has
get
been
one.
told
Thank
about
you.
PGA Tour players cashing in and jumping to live golf. Today, he'll reportedly meet with top-ranked players at the BMW Championship in Delaware to dissuade any who may be thinking of following their lead. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
The family of a late country star is fighting to keep details of her death under wraps.
Naomi Judd's family has filed an amended petition to seal police reports on the investigation into her death. The country superstar's daughter, actress Ashley Judd, says she found her mother alive after she shot herself back in April and stayed with her for about 30 minutes until help arrived. Ashley says she was in clinical shock and acute distress while speaking with officers, and other family members say they didn't know they were being recorded at the time. They're fighting media outlets in Tennessee who filed public records requests in the case. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Who's better than Beyonce? Bad Bunny has reclaimed the top spot on Billboard's album chart for his 3-month-old LP, Summer Without You. Last week's top seller, Beyonce's Renaissance, has fallen 2 spots to number 3. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since you were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Sounds like you need a personal loan. My friend just got a loan from Guardian Credit Union, and he uses to upgrade his kitchen appliances. Sweet. Guardian has great rates, and extended payment makes payments affordable. Perfect. I guess that was really fancy.
Almost 3 million people use Devon to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthy. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Devon, the world's only nose cleaner that helps flush out airborne germs without suction. But what do doctors have to say about Devon? Here's Dr. Tony Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens, viruses, enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get cold, you can get flu, sinus infections, or even worse. Flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most effective way to flush all of those dangerous items out your nose. So now when patients come in my office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navage on a daily basis for overall good health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free at Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath & Beyond. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Dog days of summer got your business needing help? Check out Indeed, an all-in-one hiring solution that makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
A mainly dry day on the way. It's going to be very hot though. Temperatures up around 95 with plenty of sunshine. Late tonight, some showers and a few rumbles of thunder could start to work in from the north. We'll watch that, but otherwise scattered showers and some storms on Wednesday. And solid rain and storm coverage again Thursday and Friday. No washouts, but high chances overall.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's been reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Interstate moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Fall registration at Trenton State is going on now. Classes start August 19th. Change your life and make your dreams a reality. Call Trenton State today. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pro.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. There's a new wave of calls for violence against federal law enforcement. It comes a week after FBI agents raided the former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have issued a joint bulletin warning agents to be extra vigilant, saying their families could be in danger. We're also asking the public if they see anything to report it. The latest CDC data now shows there are 30 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Alabama and 11,000 cases nationwide. Georgia has 800 cases and Florida has 1,000 cases. The shipment of monkeypox vaccine is in Alabama right now and more doses are on the way. There's a voluntary recall of wild cherry flavored Capri Sun. Kraft Heinz has more than 5,000 cases of part of the recall because a diluted cleaning solution could have been contaminating the drink. These are marked best by June 25th of 2023. If you have wild cherry Capri Sun, check out our website, WSFA.com, to figure out how to get a refund. That's your news on this Tuesday.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses coming up, Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now would be perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
When it comes to keeping up with projects on your property, you need quality equipment you can depend on. That's exactly what you get with John Deere equipment from SunSouth. And now's a great time to drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth during the trade-in, trade-up sales event. Receive up to $2,500 trade-in bonus cash on 2012 or newer competitive-like trade-ins. Find the John Deere that's right for you. Visit SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Offer valid on qualifying purchases made through August 30th, 2022. Trade-in bonus varies based on model and competitive trade. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lonray Pelusi with today's Tips for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Getting ready for a new baby is a busy time. An important decision is how you will feed your baby. Breastfeeding will give your baby the best start in life. Breast milk is easy to digest and it has all the nutrients your baby needs. Breast milk protects babies from diseases and infections, and the close physical contact creates a special bond. If you have questions about breastfeeding, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine. Once again, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. That's right. It's time for our daily bread, a word from on high to change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is August the 16th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Crushed and Beautiful. Today's scripture insight comes from Psalm 51, 10 through 17. But to get us started, let's go Psalm 51 and 17. And it says, well, the scripture insight is Psalm 51, 10 through 17. The word to get us started is Psalm 51 and 17. And it reads, my sacrifice, O God, is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is August the 16th, 2022 AD. It is a day like all the other days. It is a day that has never been. And it is a day, no matter what you think, that will never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't do. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do this day, August the 16th, 2022, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Whatever you do, reach back and give somebody else a hand when you can, while you can, for as long as you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living and no man dead and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I said, that is the standard by which you live life. You should always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure as long as you never quit. Give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, well, they may fail at a thing or two, they never quit. So don't you. And no matter what happens today, remember, it is a great day to be alive and on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. Crushed and beautiful. That's our daily bread for this day, August the 16th.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Crushed and Beautiful, was written by Lisa M. Samra. At first glance, I dismissed the painting Consider the Lilies by Makoto Fujimura as a simple monochromatic painting featuring a lily seemingly hiding in the background. However, the painting came alive when I learned it was actually painted with more than 80 layers of finely crushed minerals in a style of Japanese art known as Nihonga, a style Fujimura calls slow art. Looking closely reveals layers of complexity and beauty. Fujimura explains that he sees the gospel echoed in the technique of making beauty through brokenness. Just as Jesus' suffering brought the world wholeness and hope, God loves to take aspects of our lives where we've been crushed and broken and create something new and beautiful. King David needed God's help to repair the brokenness in his life caused by his own devastating actions. In Psalm 51, written after admitting to abusing his kingly power to take another man's wife and arrange the murder of her husband, David offered God his broken and contrite heart and pleaded for mercy. The Hebrew word translated contrite means crushed. For God to refashion his heart, David had to first offer him the broken pieces. It was both an admission of sorrow and trust. David entrusted his heart to a faithful and forgiving God who lovingly takes what's been crushed and transforms it into something beautiful. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Psalm 51, verses 10 through 17. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me from your presence or take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. Then I will teach transgressors your ways so that sinners will turn back to you. Deliver me from the guilt of bloodshed, O God, you who are God, my Savior, and my tongue will sing of your righteousness. Open my lips, Lord, and my mouth will declare your praise. You do not delight in sacrifice, or I would bring it. You do not take pleasure in burnt offerings. My sacrifice, O God, is a broken spirit. A broken and contrite heart you, God, will not despise. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, help us to entrust our brokenness to you, believing that in your time, you'll transform it into something truly beautiful. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Alicia Reisinger, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Here we go, all the way, gotta be from the top, oh, diddly, have you heard? Oh, diddly, have you heard? We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. And leap right out and count to four. Leap right out and count to four. If my main gone open wide, if my main gone open wide, I gotta be there by my side. I gotta be there by my side. Here we go, all the way, gotta be from the top. Hey, lottie, 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 ho. Hey, lottie, 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 hey, lottie, lottie, ho. Well, see, I quicksand, see, I.
Time to rise and shine, people.
We're so glad we
Hey, lottie, lottie, ho. We're so glad that we're airborne. Hey, lottie, lottie, ho. There we go. All the way. Every day. All the way. All right, then. All right, I tried time to run. All right, get it. Let's get it. All right, time to do the run thing this morning. Couple days more PT and it's over. Here we go.
130 rolling down the strip.
I see 130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip.
Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Mission unspoken.
Destination unknown.
Mission unspoken. Destination unknown.
We don't even know when we're coming home.
Don't even know if we're ever coming home. Stand up, hook up.
Shuffle to the door.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door.
Jump right out and count to four.
Jump right out and count to four.
And I'm airborne. Oh. If my main don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. Woo!
And if that one
should fail me too, well, look out below, cause I'm coming through.
And if I die on the old drop zone,
box me up and send me home. Let's hold off on that one though. I did my best. And bury me in the front and rest.
When I get
to heaven, St. Peter's gonna say, how'd you earn your living? How you earn your pay? With a little bit of linger. I made my living as an airborne ranger. Drive it on, hold it, 11B, infantry. Okay, all right. Woo! I tell you, I'm getting too old for this PT every day. All right, but we got to do it, though. We got to do it. We got to get it in. Now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of this great nation. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Montgomery Police Department, the Fire Department, the Sanitation Department, anybody, the paramedics. I leave anybody out. Cab drivers, anybody like that? Okay, Aaliyah, everybody who goes in when everybody else is running out. Good morning. Good morning, Swabbies. I mean, somebody's got to do the water thing, right? Might as well be you. Too much water for me. I cannot believe a guy who's petrified of all that water stationed at Pearl Harbor. What? Somebody made a mistake. The United States Coast Guard, whose motto is Semper Paratus, which simply means always, always ready. And good morning, Maxwell Air Force Base and Gunner Annex. This is an Air Force town after all, so we got to pay homage to to Maxwell because we are in their town. So they actually put air in airborne, so they do give us a ride when we need it. So good morning to you, Maxwell. It's time to rise and shine, even though you guys get to fly the little pretty birds and all that stuff in the air. We understand. And good morning to all the students from far and near to our Air War College, the intellectual brain of the United States Air Force. And last but certainly not least, the United States Marine Corps, whose motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that, so they said Semper Fi. Well, whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. I know. It's Tuesday morning. It feels like Wednesday almost already though. But no, it's Tuesday. It's another day that the good Lord has made. I'll never get tired of playing Armed Forces songs. You know why? Because the only people get tired of hearing that people who ain't been anyplace. Okay, trust me. You know if you've ever been to another country, okay, I'm not talking about South Alabama. I know it's like another country down there, but it isn't. It's I'm not talking about going to California. I realize that's like going to another country too. I'm talking about a real another country. If you ever gone there and seen some of the things that we have seen, you, my friend, will kiss the ground you walk on every time you come back. I remember coming back a couple of times on that C-141, and I'm telling you, getting off that bird, I kissed the ground of the United States of America. To think that I was living over here rather than living where we just came from. And hey, listen, it all depends on the gene pool. It depends on who gets together and when they get there. You know what I'm saying? It's all biology. So, but it's a blessing to be born in the United States, even with all our problems, even with all the things that we seem to fight about sometimes. Some of them are irrelevant and some not so. But it's still great. It is a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be an American. And anybody complains about that, well, I don't know what to say about you. Okay, so good morning to you. It is 6:30 in the morning. If you need to get there by 7 o'clock, you've got about 30 minutes by which to arrive. A lot of things going on in the news. Now, I can't get to it this hour, but I do have some interesting news from about the city of Montgomery in the last week or so. Now, it's been sort of hidden from the general public, but I believe that it needs to come out. Okay, because me knowing these things and I don't say anything about it, see, people are gonna think that somebody paid off a brother. And if they did, I must have missed it in my checking account, because they didn't. However, I do believe there's certain things that the public has a right to know. Okay, because again, it's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. I believe we had certain rights to know certain things, and I'm going to. I know I'm going to see. I know things. See, y'all guys, y'all not the only one that knows. I know things. I just some things I don't say anything about because we'll let those things work themselves out. But periodically, there are things that happen in the city that, and I think the public has a right to know it. I mean, let us know how we're doing, not only as a community, not only our government, but us as the citizens of Montgomery. There's just some things we ought to know. Okay, I know, and I think this is one of those things you ought to know. So I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I probably lose some friends today, but that's okay. That's all right. Won't be the first time that happened. And besides that, you can't really lose a friend, can you? No, you can tick them off and make them angry, but you never really lose a friend. No, you don't. You don't lose a friend. Nah, we don't play that. We don't do that. I'm just telling you. So anyway, so let's take a break. It is 6:32 in the morning, and we'll come back with lessons of life and the word of the day. So what is the word of the day? Well, it's an interesting word of the day. I do this so you can extend your lexicon of verbiage. So you can tell a man where to put it and make him glad to. You can tell him where to go and make him help buy the ticket, and he'll never know it. He'll never know it because you are going to come across as so sophisticated that he will be astonished by your command of the English language. Okay, Matt, I get that. As a matter of fact, you're going to be so astonished until even he won't know what the hell you're talking about. But when you get done, you'll know what you're talking about. So when we come back, we're going to brighten and heighten your intellectual capacity by using words that most people do not know. Okay, but that's why I'm here. That is why I am here. Okay, so I shall turn that down there. I shall return. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Cinco, six, ocho dinero. Oh, no. Ocho momento. Okay, we'll be back.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
And I do it that way. And I do it that way. And I do it that way.
5 premium burgers like the Flamethrower Signature Stack Burger and Loaded A1 Signature Stack Burger. But it's not a dream. The DQ Signature Stack Burgers lineup. Try it today. DQ, happy tastes good.
A mainly dry day on the way. It's going to be very hot, though. Temperatures up around 95 with plenty of sunshine. Late tonight, some showers and a few rumbles of thunder could start to work in from the north. We'll watch that, but otherwise scattered showers and some storms on Wednesday, and solid rain and storm coverage again Thursday and Friday. No washouts, but high chances overall.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
By Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now,
I forgot my tea again. Where is my tea? I left it sitting on the table. Come on. So now I don't have any tea for the day. What's that all about? I have no tea. Come on. Sure. In radio, we used to get all that stuff free. Now we got to bring it.
Call Trenton State today. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
While esports titan Valorant appears to be in the center of good news, it looks like there could be trouble in paradise. July's Copenhagen Masters event just saw the top teams in Valorant fight to prove who's the best, but it pulled in the lowest viewership in professional Valorant history. While 800,000 peak viewers sounds impressive, Valorant was seeing over 1 million views just last year. Riot Games thinks that Valorant is only getting better, but apparently viewers don't think the same.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? They may drop little hints like,
beautiful day out. Even more beautiful since we saved by bundling our home and car insurance with Geico.
or
Yard work is hard, much harder than bundling with Geico, which was easy.
or maybe even subtler, like,
Speaking of burgers, we bundled our home and car insurance with Geico and saved a bunch of money.
bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
Your Montgomery Biscuits are ready to take on the 2022 season with the best fans in minor league baseball. Join us for a summer full of theme weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitsbaseball.com. Call the box office at 323-BALL.
Okay, here are 5 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a high school sport.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline, sportsmanship, and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages and fewer disciplinary problems.
Number 3.
High school sports help fight teen obesity and substance abuse.
Here's number 4.
High school sports provide wholesome, constructive after-school activity, perfect for today's families.
And number 5.
And high school sports are safer than ever before. Injury surveillance and research, better equipment, and the continuing education programs for coaches provided by state and national athletic associations have made high school sports safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Russell Wilson here with Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do it every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, stop that right quick. And where we are? Oh, there we are. Okay, good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I've often wondered how many people up this time of morning. So I'm gonna go down there to the corner down and say, listen, ask the boss to let me come in like at 7 o'clock. You know, I mean, 7 o'clock is a good time to come to work. 6 o'clock's kind of early. You know, that's still kind of early. I mean, it's still dark outside when I get here. You know, I mean, who ever heard of going to work in the dark? Okay, except the Army. We did our best work in the dark. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna go down there unless there's a outcry or something like that. Then I'll stick around. But I'm gonna have to go down there and say, listen, 7 o'clock is a good time to come to work. Okay, not 6 o'clock in the morning. It's dark, and in the wintertime it's colder outside at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying we might want to. I'm gonna have to go down that corner down there and have a talk with the boss. Okay, now he'll probably won't agree with me, and that's just one of those things that happen sometimes. But I'm Okay, unless I get an outcry, say, no, come to work at 6. Okay, then I'll do it. I just got to make sure I'm serving a purpose here, first thing in the morning. Except the police trying to give me a ticket all the time. They don't think I see them. I be going down Madison Avenue. I see them over there at Crampton Bowl. I see them. They want me to come through their room. I know I'm the only guy on the street. I mean, they're waiting for me every morning. There's somebody over there waiting for me to speed. Come on, I'm not going to speed. I'm listening to Barry Manilow. You cannot speed in a car using Barry Manilow as your traveling music. And Luther Vandross and little Barry White. You can't speed. Nobody speeds, okay? Now, if I was listening to rap music, there's a great possibility that you may catch a brother speeding. But you're not going to catch me speeding. I'm listening to good music, little Smokey Robinson, in the morning, little Diamond Girl. I don't be speeding. So y'all need to go someplace where they're really speeding at, okay? Like on the freeway, okay? But don't be trying to get me. I mean, you'll never find a person getting a ticket that's listening to Barry Manilow, okay? I mean, he may get a ticket for going too slow, but it will not get a ticket for speeding, okay, if you're listening to Barry Manilow, okay? Or Brooke Benton. Sitting in a boxcar, got my guitar. It's a rainy night in Georgia. See, who can speed on that? Come on, who can speed with Brooke Benton? Come on. So stop wasting your time. Go out there and get the real crooks, okay? Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. The word of the day. Now, the word of the day. This is my attempt to take your vocabulary to a different height, a different level. So the word of the day is spelled Q-U-A-L-M. Q-U-A-L-M. For my military friend, that is Quebec Uniform Alpha Lima Mike. Okay, that's right. Qualm. What is the word qualm? I got qualms about you. I really do. Okay, I have qualms about you. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, well, it means in the plural form, qualms, it means feelings of uneasiness on whether or not there is something right or wrong with you. So the next time, if you get a job interview and the after action report, you get a hold of it and it says, we had qualms about him. Well, that means there was an uneasiness about you. So you make sure when you go in and do that interview thing for that new job, that you go in there with a heightened sense of enthusiasm, okay? Lay it on the line. No Bravo Sierra, just get it done and tell the guy. As a matter of fact, I want you, the next time you do a job interview, I want you to go to work, okay, with your W-2 already filled out, okay, to tell them you're getting the job. That's all I'm telling you. You might want to do that, okay? So anyway, so if anybody ever tells you they have qualms about you, then y'all need to sit down and figure that out, what it is that makes you, what it is about you that disturbs that person, okay? So if you see that on an evaluation, we had qualms about Elkins. I say, I need to know what those qualms are, okay? Anyway, Q-U-A-L-M, qualm, okay? It's often used in a plural form, qualms, for feelings or of uneasiness about whether something is right or wrong. I'm just saying, okay? So you might want to check that word out and so you don't like your teacher, you go down to your principal and say, Mr. Johnson, I got qualms about him. I'm just not quite sure. All right, that's good. All right, now what is the lesson of life today? The lesson of life. This is a powerful one, but you gotta get it. You gotta feel me on this. Okay, you gotta feel me on this because this is deep. This is deep, but you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's deep. You got to do that. Okay. Lessons of life are things you learn by living. You can hear about them, you can know about them, but you cannot understand these things until you have put some time in life we call that TIL, okay? Other than TIS, time in service, and time in grade. This is time in life, okay? You got to put some miles on you before you realize a lot of this stuff that I'm about to tell you this morning, because it's interesting stuff. This is probably one of the most important lessons of life I have ever given in the morning. But this was, as a matter of fact, everybody should tune in the morning and get some of this, because it'll change your perspective on many things in life. It really will. But I can't get everybody, because, I can't get everybody. I ought to, though. So I'll get somebody to sponsor this, and I'll do it in the middle of the daytime. Okay, now, here's a lesson of life today for August the 16th, 2022. Forgive people who judge you by your past. You know why? Because they have forgotten they have one too. So go ahead. Let them knock. Let them stand at the door. And they'll find out you don't live there anymore. Okay? So forgive them. They don't know, because sooner or later, somebody will bring up theirs, but you don't live there anymore. Forgive people who judge you by your past. They have forgotten that they, as well as I, have a past too. So go ahead. Let them keep knocking at the door. You don't live there anymore. That's what I'm talking about. So that is a lesson of life today. Okay? And like somebody once said, it's not where I used to be. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm at least not where I once was. So keep knocking. Nobody's going to answer the door. I don't live there anymore. Good morning. It is August the 16th. It is the 228th day of the year. There are, believe it or not, there are only 137 days left in the year 2022. It was on this day in 1977 when Elvis Presley died at his Graceland estate in Memphis, Tennessee, at the young age of 42. In 1812, Detroit fell to the British and Indian forces of the War of 1812, which is why they got 1812. 1858, a telegraph message from Britain's Queen Victoria to President James Buchanan was transmitted over the recently laid transatlantic cable. Man, I bet that was a lot of work back in them days. Woo-hoo-hoo. Didn't have no cell phone then. In 1861, President Abraham Lincoln issued Proclamation number 86, which prohibited the states of the Union from engaging in commercial trade with states that were in rebellion, i.e., the Confederacy. The year was 1920. Ray Chapman of the Cleveland Indians was struck in the head by a pitch thrown by Carl Mays of New York Yankees. Chapman died the following morning. Boy, how would you feel about doing that? 1948, baseball's legend Babe Ruth died in New York at the age of 53. 1962, the Beatles fired their original drummer, Pete Best, replacing him with Ringo Starr. 1962. 1987, on this day, 156 people were killed when Northwest Airlines Flight 255 crashed while taking off from Detroit. The sole survivor was a 4-year-old Cecilia Sheehan. Bless her heart. 1991, Pope John Paul began his first ever papal, however you pronounce that, visit to Hungary. The year was 1999 on this day. The U.S. version of the quiz show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, hosted by Regis Philbin, began a limited 2-week run on ABC. That really was a pretty good show. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I mean, really, I don't know why they took that off. I don't really watch too many of them game shows, but I really like that one. Regis Philbin, actually, he was in the town with me when he went to Notre Dame. I know I went to Notre Dame too, right past it every day headed to high school. In the year 2000, delegates of the Democratic National Convention in Los Angeles formally nominated Al Gore for president. Now, Al Gore is a president who talks about global warming and stuff like that, and carbon credits and all that stuff, while he flies around the world on his carbon airplane. Okay, I'm just saying that's what it is. The year was 2002. Terrorist mastermind Abu Nadal reportedly was found shot to death in Baghdad, Iraq. He was 65. In 2003, Idi Amin, the former dictator of Uganda, died in Saudi Arabia. He was believed to have been around 80 years old. And it was 13 years ago that negotiators averted a strike against the San Francisco Bay Area's commuter rail hours before the midnight deadline. Y.E. Yang of South Korea became the first Asian-born player to win one of golf majors with a 3-stroke win over Tiger Woods at the PGA Championship in someplace in Minnesota. No sense to me. Chaska. That's close to it. And Usain Bolt ran a world record speed, winning the 100-meter race in 9.58 seconds in the World Championships in Berlin. And it was 8 years ago. That's right. Governor Jay Nixon of Missouri declared a state of emergency and imposed a curfew in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, where police and protesters repeatedly clashed in the week since the black teenager was shot to death by a white police officer. Pope Francis beatified, I think that's close to it, 124 Korean martyrs during the open-air mass in Seoul, Korea. And 4 years ago, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, the undisputed Queen of Soul, died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 76. Newspapers across the country pushed back against President Donald Trump's attack on fake news, man, but he was right, with a coordinated series of editorials in defense of free press. It's so free that they've been paid for it. The Pentagon said that the Veterans Day military parade ordered by President Trump wouldn't happen in 2018, and that officials were now looking at 2019, but that never happened. And I couldn't figure out, here's what I couldn't figure out. So the parade would have cost, an estimate cost $92 million. We spend a lot of money on junk in America that we don't need, but I don't know why we can't have a parade to show off our military sometimes. You know, we got a top-notch military. Now, some of them are confused whether they're female or male, but that's okay. That's their thing. As long as they wear that uniform good and fight the battles, hey, they can be all confused how they want to be. Okay? I'm just saying, you know, I don't know why it is that we cannot have a military parade, a big one in Washington, D.C. We ought to have at least on Veterans Day. You know, let us take a look at them new uniforms. I got to go get one of them uniforms because I like the World War II uniform. I mean, I go down to Fort Benning, just buy me one so on Veterans Day I can wear it, just so I can look good. Yeah, I wonder what I want to look up with all that chest of medals and stuff. Because I got to get all my medals and everything back. I don't know where they are. They're all gone. I lost them. Lost everything. Anyway, even my jump boots. And my jump boots were spit shine when I lost them. So somebody out there somewhere in America, in San Diego, got a pair of nice army boots with their spit shine. You know, I mean, I don't know what happened. Okay, I know what happened. I couldn't figure out where I wanted to live. Seattle, Hawaii, Seattle. I was just going back and forth to Seattle to Hawaii all the time, just not really knowing where I wanted to live. I knew I wasn't going back to Indiana. I know that much, that it was too cold up there, which is why I'm not going back to Indiana. I mean, if I go back, it'll be buried, I guess, but I can't be going up there to live if I can get cold, because that's just too cold up there in Indiana. I mean, Notre Dame's a great place to look at. Touchdown Jesus out there and the Golden Dome, that's cool. But the weather, I went home a couple years ago with my sister. I'm telling you, it was so cold on that day, Christmas of 2017. I was up there at Christmas in South Bend. Christmas, I didn't take a bus up there. I'm not one for driving. I'm just not one for driving, but I'm learning how to do a better job. My problem with driving is that for the first hour, I get sleepy. Now, if somebody would give me a cure for that, I get on the road all the time. But you know, I'd be sleepy at the first. Now, what if I can make it through the first hour of driving? Yeah, I can make it. But I get sleepy. I get sleepy going from here to Prattville. You know, nothing but open road there. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I got a phobia or something like that. But hey, good news is this. Here's the good news. I can go over a bridge now. Thank the good Lord. I can actually go over now the Pike Road Bridge. It took me a minute. I had to go all the way to Indiana, you know, come back around. And there's a bridge. I don't know what the name of that bridge is, but when I was coming back from home for burying my sister, you know, there's a bridge on 65 that looked like it's up in the clouds. I don't know where the hell that bridge came from. But all I know is if I was going to get back to Montgomery that day, I had to go over that bridge. I don't know. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's on 65, I guess right out of Kentucky or right out of Tennessee, wherever I was coming from. But anybody know, you know the bridge I'm talking, anybody know the bridge I'm talking about? Anybody know that? I mean, that is the biggest bridge. That is the biggest, tallest bridge I've ever seen. So how did I make it across? Okay, here's how I did it. As I was driving along, there were other cars in front of me. Okay, now this is how I made it. I'm not even lying to you. There are other cars in front of me driving on that bridge, and maybe somebody tell me where it is, what the name of that bridge is. So I had to look. I was petrified. I was ready to get out the car, park it on the bridge, and get the state trooper to drive it over for me. I just could not do it. But the good Lord held my hand that day. And so I looked at the taillights of a car, right? I looked at the taillights of a car, and I did not take my eyes off those taillights. I didn't look left. I didn't look right. I just looked at those taillights on that car, and that's how I made it over that bridge with a lot of praying, because that is the biggest bridge besides the one, and it's up in the air. I mean, I think it's up 65. I know it's up 65. Coming back in from 65 through Hunt. I came through Huntsville. I came through some of them places. And did I go to Huntsville? Did 65 go through Huntsville? I don't know. I can't remember. I know I came through Coleman. Now that bothered me too. I said, Coleman, Alabama. What have I heard about Coleman, Alabama, except the former Governor Riley was from there? I heard that you better not get caught up there while it's dark. So a brother had to get through there before it was dark. So that motivated me to get through Coleman, Alabama too. And I heard so many stories about this place until it's kind of difficult to know fact from fiction. But anyway, I don't know the name of that bridge, but it's a big old bridge. So, but I came across it by looking at the taillights of a car. I still to this day don't know what was on the left side of me or the right side of me. I didn't know if there was water under that bridge or what was there, but all I know is I had to get across it. Okay. Now I can drive. So now I can go across the Pike Road Bridge. It took me a long time to be able to go to that Pike Road Bridge. I don't know what the hell. I don't know who came up with that design for the Pike Road Bridge, but okay, I can handle that. I got that now. I'm good. Okay, I can drive it now. I'm good. Yeah, I went over there. I did. Well, that's this hour in the books. If you want to know any more of my other stories, tune in. But I got something to tell you about what happened in Montgomery last week that nobody's talking about except me. I'm going to tell you about it.
Now, your WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. There's a new wave of calls for violence against federal law enforcement. It comes a week after FBI agents raided the former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have issued a joint bulletin warning agents to be extra vigilant, saying their families could be in danger. They're also asking the public if they see anything to report it. The latest CDC data now shows there are 30 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Alabama and 11,000 cases nationwide. Georgia has 800 cases and Florida has 1,000 cases. A shipment of monkeypox vaccine is in Alabama right now and more doses are on the way. There's a voluntary recall of wild cherry flavored Capri Sun. Kraft Heinz says more than 5,000 cases are part of the recall because a diluted cleaning solution could have been contaminating the drink. These were marked best by June 25th of 2023. If you have wild cherry Capri Sun, check out our website, WSFA.com.
Way up in the air.
That's your name on this Tuesday.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez in New York. Justice Department officials are fighting to keep the affidavit that okayed the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate private. Several media outlets, including CBS News, have requested access. Correspondent Catherine Herridge is outside the DOJ this morning.
Prosecutors said unsealing the law enforcement affidavit would cause significant and irreparable damage, serve as a roadmap to the government's ongoing investigation, and chill future cooperation by witnesses. Former President Trump told Fox News that he has reached out to the DOJ to offer his help amid the growing threats against law enforcement, saying the temperature has to be brought down.
Mr. Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, is under criminal investigation for possible election interference in Georgia. Here's CBS's Scott McFarland.
Giuliani's attorney confirms to CBS News the former New York mayor appears tomorrow before that grand jury in Atlanta. It's one of several investigations that are accelerating with some connection to the former president or his close confidants.
Congresswoman Liz Cheney is fighting an uphill battle in today's Republican primary in Wisconsin.
Oh, right off the bat, over 70% of the state of Wyoming voted Republican in the last presidential election, and she turned right around and voted against us. She was our representative, not her own.
Political analysts expect Cheney will lose to Trump-backed Republican Harriet Hageman. President Biden is expected to sign the sweeping Inflation Reduction Act today. It includes record spending on clean energy and raises taxes on corporations. Republican lawmakers stripped out a provision that would have capped the price of insulin at $35 a month for people with private insurance. Dr. Francisco Prieto says one of his patients was left completely disabled because he couldn't afford it.
In the wealthiest country on the planet, we were not able to provide him with the treatment for a treatable disease.
After a delay prompted by Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan, the U.S. Air Force has launched a missile test in the Pacific. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
The Air Force says it launched an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. It was equipped with a test re-entry vehicle. A statement says the test was to demonstrate the readiness of U.S. nuclear forces, was routine and not the result of current world affairs.
The New Mexico's Office of the Medical Investigator says the deadly shooting on an Alec Baldwin movie set was an accident. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The office issued its determination after completing an autopsy of Helena Hutchins and a review of law enforcement reports.
This is CBS News.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
Some California cities are helping people with irrigation during the drought.
With a 300-gallon tank in the back of his pickup, John Campbell stopped by a treated wastewater filling station.
Getting recycled water to try and keep my grass green and my plants alive.
The recycled water is free with a permit.
Basically, you can use it outside on irrigation, but you can't drink it.
Water Resources spokesperson Natalie Croak says the last time they opened their taps was in 2015 during California's last major drought.
And we brought it back this year because we do have some irrigation restrictions for residents.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Livermore, California.
LeBron's kid proves he's got game.
Ronnie James to the basket.
Ronnie James, a 6'6" rising high school senior, delivered a vicious dunk while he was playing on tour in France. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up, Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of the creative community.
Summer is here, so get out and enjoy the sun. At Tallahassee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's easy with the Make This the Summer event. The all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for you and the great family fun. Summer is a blast in a new Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger with 0% APR for 72 months. Make this the summer. Hop online. We're here by chat, text, and phone to help you. TallahasseeAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot. Approved cash plus finance, Chrysler Cash, 13.88 for $1,000 finance. The only change on factory incentive. See dealer for details.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Somebody just sent me okay then. Okay, I don't quite get this one, but people are walking down the street these days butt naked in Montgomery. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Butt naked is good. I mean, it's hot outside. I understand it. You know, you want to get a little breeze between your knees. I got you. I don't, butt naked though, it's not really a way to walk around Montgomery. However though, now, wait a minute. Now, if we get the new non-discrimination ordinance, I'm thinking that walking butt naked in the city of Montgomery would be okay, because we pretty much we pretty much okaying everything else. So I don't think you ought to go to jail for walking down the street butt naked. I just think it's your freedom of choice, and you need to, the mayor will probably let you do that. Okay, so now we can have panhandling. People who perceive that they are women when they're guys, and girls who perceive they're men when they're girls, and we got butt naked people now walking down the streets of Montgomery. I'm just thinking that if you want some diversity, that's diversity right there. I mean, that's it. I mean, no clothes on, no brain on, I mean, just walking down the street. I just seen a picture a few minutes ago. Just walking down the street. In all their glory, I'm good. Okay. Anyway, before I get to anything, before I get to my substantive issue today, that I promised to tell you guys about, that most of you don't know about, let's talk about you and your next pre-loved car, because sooner or later you're gonna need one. Okay, you're gonna need a pre-loved car, and I'm telling you, JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's JL Lane Truck and Auto. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Go look at the online inventory. You can make your decision right then and there. Okay, they have a plethora of clean cars and cleared cars for all known and unknown issues. They check them out. When you drive off that lot at 208 Gun Road, the only reason why you're going to come back is because you're ready to get another car. Okay, I'm just telling you, that's the confidence I put in them. If my mother was here, I would send her to JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's how much confidence I got in them. Okay. Of course, I'd probably have to go drive for her, but I'll let her pick out the car. All right. So these cars have been cleared of all known issues, and they have passed a rigorous as well as vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road or give them a call. 272-4313. Now, here's the good part about JL Lane. Let's say you had some credit hiccups in the past. You got some credit hiccups, and that's cool. Okay, don't worry about it. They don't worry about your hiccup. They don't care about where you were. They don't care about where you've been. They care about where you're going. So go talk to Mr. Lane and talk to Steve. Tell them your situation, and you can buy there and you can pay there. Okay, just be honest. You just got to be honest. Okay, we don't mind doing business with people. You just got to be honest, and he'll work something out with you so you can ride, so you can get that job, take the girl out, go to the movies, whatever it is that you guys got to do. Mainly go to work. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to. So that's JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. Let me say that one more time so you know. JL Juliet Lima. JL Lane Truck and Auto.com. Go there, check out the inventory, and you can do most. You can put in an application right online. So while you're at work today, working for the state, you know, making that big money, you can, and you think about looking for your car. Well, best way, there's no better way. Okay, like JL Lane Truck and Auto is like the Amazon of car places in Montgomery. All you can do is go online, check it out, and next thing you know, you be riding. Okay, so give them a call 272-4313. 272-4313. Don't forget the website, jllanetruckandauto.com. Good morning to all of you. Some people still find it interesting that I have a phobia about bridges. Well, it's not as bad as it used to be. But here's my story of today. And I know some people are not really gonna, you know, I know a lot of people are not going to. Well, you may know about this already. I don't know. Maybe I'm the last guy to know about it. But last week, MPD had an exodus of a number of officers, police officers, to the point that I think it could have severely crippled the operation of Montgomery Police Department. Now, I'm not blaming anybody for this. Okay, I understand that, you know, some people, everybody's not meant to be a policeman. But one of the complaints that got back to me, one of the complaints is that they were working too much overtime. Now, listen, I'm trying to figure out, I used to hear that being a policeman was a calling and not just a job, kind of like a preacher. So if you become a preacher, you like to get called at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning to go see somebody got in the hospital, somebody just died. It's a calling. Okay. Now I thought that being a policeman was a calling and not just a job. Because some of the whining that I'm hearing, and I'm on the police side, but some of the whining that I'm hearing about overtime just get on my nerve. And I come up with a solution that I hope the police chief and the mayor will at least give it a couple of minutes thought for our lack of policemen in the department at the moment. I got a solution for you. I got one. I really do. If they'll just pay attention to me this morning, because this is what I would do if I were the mayor of the city of Montgomery. I know I got a little brain, Mayor, I know, but every once in a while, even little brains come up with good ideas. Oh, let me see who this is. Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing fine. I know, Ed, just give me the point. Ed, just give me the point, son. Give me the point. All right. Anyway, good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? Now let me get back to my my issue here about our police department. They lost last week. They lost somewhere between 10 and an other odd number of police officers. And Montgomery Police Department certainly can't afford to lose police officers at the moment. At least not at that rate, not at 10 at a time. Now, and so there are a lot of complaining about the overtime and all that stuff. Again, here's my question. If you become a police person, are you doing it just for the job, or do you feel there's a calling? And if you don't think that it's a calling, then maybe you had the wrong job to begin with anyway. That's where I'm looking at it. But I came up with a solution. That if the mayor and everybody else goes on with this, I think it would solve, at least temporarily, if we can get everybody to cooperate in this. And so here's my solution. There are a lot of policemen who are great guys, got a little age on them, you know, they retired. Some of them not that old either, they retired. So here's what I say. Bring back, if they want to, policemen without messing with their pension, and let them be hourly policemen with the rank of warrant officer. Okay, because a warrant officer is an officer that is more. He's not an enlisted man, and he's not a commissioned officer, but he's a warrant officer. And so bring some of the retired policemen back and put them on an hourly rate, okay, and give them the rank of warrant officer. So they mainly can be in positions of counseling, position of helping when there's a need to help traffic, whatever the case may be. So therefore they won't feel, because you know some of these guys retired as sergeants and lieutenants and stuff like that, but you can't bring them back as sergeant and lieutenant because they're not part of the current chain of command, okay, in our police department. And so I'm thinking, okay, so to fill this thing, this void, ask some of our retired policemen. They're already post certified. They don't have to go through all the crap that you got to go through, and bring them in as a warrant officer. Okay, which means that they help the officers and the sergeants at the same time wherever they are needed. Okay, and I just think, what a great idea. Okay, you got people that are qualified, and you don't mess. You're paying by the hour. They tap in the card there, but you don't mess with their pension or anything like that. That stays in place. You hire them as temporary employees. Okay, but you can't just ignore the fact that they've accomplished a lot on the police department already. So give them a warrant officer's rank. Okay, that's such a great idea. I mean, and then that solves two problems. That gets us some people back who know how to be policemen, who have the experience, and temporarily can fill some of the issues. Because when you get 10 policemen quit at a time, okay, that's a problem. I don't know what the problem is. If the problem's overtime, whatever the case may be, but I'm not one to care about people whining about overtime. Okay, we got soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marine who going in the military as an E2 make $2,000 a month. And believe me, they don't work 8 hours a day. They don't work 8-hour days most of the time, especially in the combat environment. They work, and then they double work. Sometimes you get 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep a night. So, you know, the whining about the overtime, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a calling. It is a calling. And either you want to do it or you don't. But if you don't want to do it, that's cool too. And maybe the best thing we can do is just let you go. And that's great. But we can bring back some of our policemen who have retired recently. Don't mess with their pensions, none of that stuff. They're strictly hourly employees, and you bring them back at the rank of warrant officer. What a fantastic idea. That's right. They don't have to really kiss anybody's butt. When a young officer sees these guys at the rank of warrant officer, they know that they've been retired and they got a lot of experience. So if they're smart, they'll take advantage of that situation right there. So, Mayor, I have solved some of your problem with the lack of some of your policemen and the people who want to quit because they're whining about the overtime they got to work. Okay. Hey, sorry about that. I don't even want to hear the whining thing. Okay. Being a policeman is like being a soldier, sailor, airman, or marine. It's a calling. You don't want to do it. You don't want to work a little overtime. Then McDonald's is hiring, and you can probably get about $10 an hour now working at Mickey D's. Okay. I'm just saying you might want to think about something like that. All right. I think it's a great idea personally. Good morning. That's right. That's right. I am. Somebody needs to think alternatively. But let me ask you something. The one thing that hasn't changed, I don't care what generation we're working with, what leadership, the essential aspects of leadership has not changed. So is this a lack of leadership? Well, but really? That's because they lowered the standard. Wait, you can't lower the standards and expect to get quality people. But there's a reason for that. First of all, this woke culture that we have, this woke crap, you cannot tell the police to put their butt on the line, and every time they go out there, it is not the enemy that bothers them, it's their own chain of command and this political correctness. That somebody is going to have to take this bull by the horn and say, listen, we need to do this, else more people will get killed. Yeah, but it has changed because of the leadership or the lack thereof, or the political. We have politicized law enforcement to the extent where most of them are scared of doing their own job because they don't want to be railroaded by leadership. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I would agree, but we better do something, or we've only began to see. And I still haven't heard what happened to those 3 people over there on Pelzer the other day. 3. I got my suspicions, but I mean, that's a shame. One house. All right, appreciate it. But anyway, so I'd say put the call out for some seasoned officers to come back on hourly rate, make them warrant officers, and let them help until we can get people. And I still say, it's about leadership, not the new guy that's there, but leadership overall in America. We don't want standards anymore. Man, I don't think the airborne school is going to lower their standards, believe me. We'll be back.
I feel like it's raining all over the world. Neon signs flashing.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
A mainly dry day on the way. It's going to be very hot, though. Temperatures up around 95 with plenty of sunshine. Late tonight, some showers and a few rumbles of thunder could start to work in from the north. We'll watch that, but otherwise scattered showers and some storms on Wednesday. And solid rain and storm coverage again Thursday and Friday. No washouts, but high chances overall.
That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident on Wetumpka Highway near the Boulevard. Montgomery Police reporting this, so please use caution. Also, South Boulevard at Narrow Lane. Traffic backed up eastbound, so please use caution if you're heading in that direction. Outside of that, we're looking good. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. It's back to school time at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burke's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Landmark, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
We've got Chris Platt mid-mornings, Mark Levin for your drive home, and Ben Shapiro for your evenings. It's News Radio 1440 and NewsRadio1440.com.
DQ presents Picture this. Picture the burger of your dreams. It's on the new DQ Signature Stack Burgers menu. A lineup of 5 premium burgers like the Flamethrower Signature Stack Burger and Loaded A1 Signature Stack Burger with 100% seasoned real beef patties, melted cheese, and a combo of top-notch toppings and sauces galore. This dream burger is calling your name. But it isn't a dream. You're ordering at the DQ drive-thru. The DQ Signature Stack Burgers lineup. Try it today. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Furnished by Finish Line Tax Solutions.
If you're getting letters from the IRS, call us immediately. The IRS is the only entity in the country that can seize assets without court order. If you call us in time, then we know where they're at and we can intervene before anything damaging occurs. If you don't deal with your IRS problem, then they're going to take your paycheck, they're going to drain your bank account, and they may even take your house.
Call for your free tax relief information now. 800-801-4950. 800-801-4950.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, or even with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Affordable term life insurance is out there. Call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-481-1458. 800-481-1458 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies? This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dee Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, it also reduces the risk to the owners who can unknowingly be exposed by their unvaccinated pets. Help us protect you, your family, and your pet by getting them vaccinated today.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
From time to time, parents occasionally ask,
is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
A better question might be,
is it safe for my children not to participate in high school sports?
Statistics show that teenagers are likely to be healthier and stay healthier as adults if they play a sport in high school. Participating in a high school sport builds and maintains strong bones, muscles, and joints.
High school athletes are also more likely to develop good eating habits. High school athletes not only have stronger bodies, their self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-discipline are strengthened too. So insightful parents aren't asking,
Is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
instead they're asking.
Hey, what time is the game tonight?
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio
I'm Deborah
1440.
Rodriguez.
Alrighty then. Okay. Alrighty then. 860-1440 is the number here. Trying to figure out what we're going to do about all this police shortage that we have. And I've come up with an excellent idea, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Good morning. Yes. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's Teddy P. That's right. Okay. Well, at least you got a little old school in you. Yeah. Okay. Me too. Yeah, actually good. Well, we're talking about the shortage. I mean, a lot of them quit last week, and for about 10, from what I understand, maybe a little bit more. But now that hasn't got to me yet. But one of the things was said because of overtime. So yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes when you're short. Well, evidently, the standards are being somewhat lowered from what I understand. Now that I don't know, but they said they can't find people to meet the standards. So. Right. That's what they say. That's one of the things. That's what they say. So. I mean, it's a police job. Okay, but I'm not, and again, I haven't heard. From what I gather, one of the problems with the work environment is that they're working a lot of overtime, which I don't really care if they work overtime. I mean, that's part of the job. But I mean, what else? If you're short people, somebody's got to do it. So they're gonna use what they got to get done what they need to get done. Well, it's nationwide though. It ain't just. It's not just Montgomery. I mean, this is a nationwide issue, and I think I think they do. And what if you haven't done anything wrong, but you still get blamed for doing it? Yeah. That again, I don't know, but there always, anytime you have an interaction between civilians and policemen, there's always going to be controversial things that happen. Well, of course, I can't answer. Yeah, I can't answer that one. I'm just saying right now, I'm trying to figure out a solution for the problem we have now. Well, again, here's our problem as civilians. As civilians, we think if we don't like it, it's wrong. See, what's legal and what's legal and what looks good, something often is not the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Or replace them temporarily. Mm. Right? Right. And let them work administratively. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's of course that ain't up to me. I'm just trying to come up with a solution to. I think it's a good idea. I think that's a great idea. Put the rank and file on the street and let somebody else come in temporarily do that. These guys are former police officers. Right. They know how to do it. Right. So I mean, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Good morning. Yeah. They're law enforcement officers. They're not policemen, but they law enforcement. But let's talk about Montgomery though. Let's talk about yeah, but I don't want to hear about him. But let's talk about Montgomery. Let's talk about Montgomery. I don't care about Trump. It ain't important. Okay. But let's talk about Montgomery though. Let's talk about but let's talk about Montgomery. I don't want to Trump don't have nothing to do with this conversation. We talk about Montgomery. There's no point. This has got nothing to do with Trump. Who shot at the police? Well, right now I'm concerned about Montgomery. Okay, I got you. This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, we as a society are not better off because we are lowering the standards, and now we're letting folks go in the military who are all confused about their own sexuality, and we want them to go fight our battles for us. Hell, they may get confused then. There's a price to be paid for lowering the standards down in our society. There's a price, and we're going to pay that price. So, and one of the days we're going to look outside, and the name of our country is going to be something else. So, yeah. Say again? I can't, I don't know, bro. I don't have, I don't, oh, wait, there we go. Mm-hmm. Mm. No, okay. Yeah. Well, if I didn't listen, listen, if I didn't understand it, it's because our leaders failed to make it understandable. Okay, and therein lies the problem. Right. If your if your intelligence is that high, then you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever breaking it down to ignoramus like me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, and again, I hear you. I gotta take my last break an hour. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
A mainly dry day on the way. It's going to be very hot, though. Temperatures up around 95 with plenty of sunshine. Late tonight, some showers and a few rumbles of thunder could start to work in from the north. We'll watch that, but otherwise scattered showers and some storms on Wednesday, and solid rain and storm coverage again Thursday and Friday. No washouts, but high chances overall.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we're looking pretty good. Nothing's been reported recently that would send you on an alternate route. Watch for some slowdown, South Boulevard and Narrow Lane. Outside of that, traffic's moving smoothly here in the Tri-County area. No major problems that would send you on an alternate route. That's always good news. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Medical billing and coding classes begin September 13th. Pharmacy technician begins September 19th. And trainees may qualify for It's the law. Montgomery Skywatch major delay.
Attention River Region listeners, take advantage of 4 new tires with no money down at Chico's Auto Pros, Montgomery's #1 red tire store. Chico's Auto Pros.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also offer 4 complement treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Almost 3 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nose cleaner that helps flush out airborne germs with powered suction. But what do doctors have to say about Navage? Here's Dr. Tonya Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens and viruses enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get a cold, you can get flu, sinus infections, or even worse. Flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most effective way to flush all of those dangerous threats out of your nose. So now when patients come in my office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navage on a daily basis for overall good health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free at Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Provocative, personal, unfiltered. This is Mouthpiece.
Because we experience a lot of different things. We experience a lot of hate from the world. And the only thing that we can really run to is each other's arms. Together, we have something powerful.
Super Bowl champion and self-described feminist Michael Bennett and his wife Pele invite listeners into their professional and private lives.
But doing it authentic.
Listen and subscribe to Mouthpiece, free wherever you get your podcasts, from the Westwood One Podcast Network.
When the conversation starts.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. Anyway, good morning, everybody. The time on the wall says it is 10 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. We're talking about right now, evidently, some police officers left the force last week or transferred someplace like that, trying to figure out how to convince people that it's still a great job. I don't know about the 21st century policing methodology that the mayor and the new police chief wants to employ, but I don't think it's working. But again, we need to come up with some solution to this problem, something about this. Good morning. Who's this? Thanks for holding. Good morning. Yeah, he's gone now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm. You know, well, but also though the politicization of our not only our police but our military is causing things that we never thought we'd see in a military, in a paramilitary organization, and it just it's right. Mm. Mm. I appreciate it. Let's take one. I got time for one more here. Let me see who's been here longer. One. Okay, that'll be right there. Good morning. Yes. But money cannot be the overwhelming factor of doing that job because they'll never get paid. They'll never get paid enough. You know, it's got to be, yeah, right. But didn't they all just get a 19% raise a few months ago? They got a 19%. I mean, at what point? Yeah. Well, part of the reason the education system is that we've allowed everything on the God's earth to happen, and now we're trying to get it back under control after we allowed the environment to spiral out of control. Can you blame them? I mean, we've given over the farm to the animals. We allow things to happen that just don't make any sense to anybody who's ever been a student in school. I mean, yeah, exactly. All right, appreciate it. Hey, don't have time to take any more call. Okay, I got time to take one more. Let me see. All right, you're it. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Well, they got. I listen. I'm out of time. You can call me back if we need to. I gotta go. We'll be back.
Good morning. I'm Jed Davis here with Tapping in the News on this Tuesday. There's a new wave of calls for violence against federal law enforcement. It comes a week after FBI agents raided former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have issued a joint bulletin warning agents to be extra vigilant, saying their families could be in danger. We're also asking the public if they see anything to report it. The latest CDC data now shows there are 30 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Alabama and 11,000 cases nationwide. Georgia has 800 cases and Florida has 1,000 cases. A shipment of monkeypox vaccine is in Alabama right now and more doses are on the way. There's a voluntary recall of wild cherry flavored Capri Sun. Kraft Heinz says more than 5,000 cases are part of the recall because a diluted cleaning solution could have been contaminating the drink. These are marked best by June 25th of 2023. If you have wild cherry Capri Sun, check out our website, WSFA.com, to figure out how to get a refund. That's your news on this Tuesday.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez in New York. Primary day has arrived in Wyoming, and the backlash over Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney's vote to impeach the former president is evident among GOP voters like Olivia Tanner.
I'm a Trump fan, and I think she just sort of turned her back on him.
Correspondent Steve Futterman is in Jackson.
Here in Wyoming, Democrats and independents can cross over, and if they want, vote for Liz Cheney in today's election. But even a massive crossover is very unlikely to be able to overcome the anger and dissatisfaction among Republicans who say they want Liz Cheney out.
Donald Trump has endorsed her GOP opponent, Harriet Hageman. Justice Department officials are asking a judge to keep the affidavit that led to the search of Mr. Trump's Florida estate sealed. Correspondent Catherine Herridge is in Washington.
While a federal judge has the final say in new court filings, the Justice Department says revealing the underlying evidence for the search warrant could jeopardize their ongoing case.
Several media outlets, including CBS News, have asked that the documents be unsealed. Word just in from the Commerce Department, new home construction was down more than 9% last month. That's much lower than analysts expected. Students are beginning to head back to classrooms, and many are missing some of their teachers. 72% of districts say they don't have enough applicants to fill open positions post-pandemic. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona tells CBS Mornings.
We're calling on all educators, all leaders to use the American Rescue Plan dollars to provide incentives to get teachers into the classroom or bring back retired teachers without any penalty to their benefits.
A new twist in Julian Assange's extradition battle. Lawmakers for the WikiLeaks founder are suing the CIA. CBS's Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk.
The CIA is barred by law from collecting intelligence on U.S. citizens, but 2 U.S. lawyers for Julian Assange and 2 U.S. journalists who interviewed the WikiLeaks founder while he was sheltering in Ecuador's London embassy say that's exactly what happened.
It's almost 50 years late, but an indigenous activist is getting an apology from the Academy that awards the Oscars. The audience booed Sacheen Littlefeather in 1973 when she refused the award on behalf of Marlon Brando for his performance in The Godfather.
The reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry. Excuse me.
Littlefeather is 75 now. She will be honored at an event next month. S&P futures are down 11. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medi-Share can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medi-Share is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
A golfing legend is expected to speak out against LIV again.
At the British Open, Tiger Woods was critical of players who joined the Saudi golf circuit.
These players are doing for guaranteed money. What is the incentive to practice? What is the incentive to go out there and earn dirt?
Now reports say he'll meet with some top-ranked players at a PGA playoff event this week in Delaware, just after a PGA Player Advisory Council meets. One player invited told ESPN it's about rallying support. Last week, a judge stopped 3 players who defected from competing in the PGA's postseason. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Studios have a plan to make up for lost revenue at the summer box office.
Be here.
Disney reaching back into its archives and re-releasing the original Avatar movie. Sony will show a souped-up version of Spider-Man No Way Home.
What is this? I need some help.
Ticket sales down 30%. CF Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Being here with Just Blinds and Prattle, I want to keep you from experiencing the disappointment of buying your next blinds or shades from one of those big box stores, or even worse, from one of those internet companies with lots of empty promises and cheap products made outside of the USA. Just Blinds is committed to delivering the best in American-made window treatments and the latest in motorization and smart home options. Don't be disappointed. Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test goes. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medi-Share right now. Medi-Share is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too. Now, during this challenging season, with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up, Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. We've just been talking about, not Trump. We've done with that conversation for a while. Pretty much last week we had a bunch of policemen quit, and we're just trying to figure out, trying to help the powers that be. And I came up with a suggestion that you bring back police officers and give them the rank of warrant officer temporarily, and therefore they can, and like Burnett said, we could take some of the folks out of the office right now and put them on the street temporarily. They already know the drill, and because I don't know if you need to be post certified to fill out a requisition order or arrest things, stuff like that. But it would just seem like to me that's a short-term solution to a long-time problem. And it's nationwide, not just Montgomery. So why don't people want to be policemen? Why don't we have, when I was coming up, to be a policeman was an honorable job. Now, we did have issues, like anytime you get human beings power, they will abuse that power. And so it has happened. I know the whole race issue, I think it's more culture now than race, but that's just me. So I don't know why it is that we can't seem to fill the ranks. One caller suggested this morning, if you keep arresting everybody for minor incidences, then all of a sudden, when those people get old enough to be a police officer, we made it impossible for them to do it. I personally think that, just because you smoke a little Mary Jo, probably don't mean that you ought not be a police officer, as long as you understand that, you can't smoke Mary Jo now that you're on the police force. I mean, what you do. Yeah. So I don't know. Why is it that, are you young? If you're a listener this morning and you're young enough to believe, I don't know what the age limit, I think you got to be 21 to carry a gun. Why is it that we can't seem to find people who want to do that honorable job? And it is an honorable job. But I think we put too much on the police. We got people thinking that the police are supposed to take care of you. The police are not supposed to arrest you. I mean, that's what they do, But then we got policemen who think that that's their only job is to arrest you. I don't know. It's a tough job. I wouldn't mind being a police officer. Actually, I'm just too old to do it because I don't feel like pushing a car up a hill and all that stuff. I don't want to go through all that. But why is it that we're having a tough time? We still got some smart kids. We still got some great kids out here, young adults out here that probably would make great police officers. Why can't, and like one guy said, well, maybe it's our recruiting. E2 in the Army makes $2,000 a month. I don't know what a police officer makes starting. I thought it was $30,000, $32,000 a year to start out as a police officer. They make more than going in the military. So so why is it that we cannot seem to get some of them to be police officers now? Part of it is the politicization of our police department. Okay, we put things in the police lab that ought not be in their lab. They run across a guy who's mentally ill, and now we want to get them because they did what they had to do to get that situation under control. Well, he was mentally ill. Well, okay, you don't send the 82nd Airborne along with the Salvation Army to give out sandwiches. Okay, when we show up, okay, we're gonna tear something up. So you don't send. Do we need a police force? Maybe we need a police force full of a police force of mental health workers. I don't know. But then something goes wrong, and now we're blaming the guy for doing this job. the politicization of our police force and our military right now is going to be the death of our society. Okay, it's just going to be. Anyway, 860-1414 number. You want to give us a call, let talk to whatever on your mind. Let's see what this ends. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning. Well, when Chief Albert came in, Daryl Albert came in, he did say something that caught my attention. He said, how did he put it? Nice to the community, but hard on crime. And I don't know exactly what being nice to a community is. And of course, we want him to be. We want him to be a positive, powerful force, but we don't want to ram roughshod over our citizens either. It is a tough act, but they've been doing it for America's been a country for 200-something years, 246 years. So evidently we got something. We'll never get it all right because we're all human beings. But I hear and I know. The
police have around here in Montgomery have preyed upon the black people. Like you have it takes for white people to come in and say, whoa, this is really happening. And the woke movement, I agree now people are becoming uncles, and I agree that with a lot with what you guys are saying. But at the same time, accountability, police haven't been held accountable. What about the black guy that gets stopped? He gets 10 charges, and then, he's never able to become a productive person in the community. And, you have too much of that that's going on, and now you get more black officers that they're hired. And so, these guys have to go back and explain as to why they're helping destroy their community.
Now, listen, you make a point there. This getting stopped for a traffic ticket or whatever the case, and you end up with 6 or 7, 8 charges, out of a traffic ticket. Listen, that's a DA issue, I guess, and they don't have to charge you with all that stuff, but it does hurt you. There's much. So what's your solution? So what's your how do we get young folks to want to do this job? Because there's going to be some times that the police government got to do their job, and it won't be nice.
You have to make it where culturally is accepted. I don't care if a man runs a stop sign. You know what I mean? There are bigger issues going on in the city.
Well, yeah, right. But wait. If that guy runs a stop sign and runs into you and kill you, the big issue is right there. So I'm just saying yeah, okay.
40+ murders, and I'm quite sure a lot of stop signs get ran. Like I said, and then the police tend to be in the stop signs in the black neighborhood. All I'm saying is like you're watching all this money be made through the bond system. And I understand if somebody kills somebody, let's get the bond right. But see, it got so to the point where it's not about right or wrong. It's about how much money they can get out of the common person.
But do you really listen? I know, but do you really believe when a police officer puts on that uniform and goes on in that street, he's thinking about making money for the city and the county government? And what about the right? And what about right? Yeah. Well, now wait a minute. I feel you now, but I got to tell you, Montgomery's 75% black, so it's gonna be mostly brothers down there anyway. Mm. Mm. I believe. Hey, I appreciate. Got to take a break, but I think you make a valid point. We need to stop padding charges on people when they're young, because when they are young, you know, they make mistakes like we all have done, and now you're right. He's right. We are limiting the pool of potential policemen by giving everybody a record before they even get 21. Although some people are crazy, they do weird things. Let me take this call right here. But that is a point. Maybe that should be part of that 21st century policing methodology there. Don't pad on charging on people if you stop for one thing. Good morning. Well, they will be. Hmm. All right. Hey, listen, appreciate it. And that's our okay. I mean, that's our discussion. Before I go to a break, somebody had sent a text said that the mayor set the tone for the city when he cut over $4 million from the police budget in his first year. Why do you avoid the obvious? And he did cut some money out that budget. But again, not being familiar with where the money came from, what programs or may have been trounced. Maybe we need to put some recruitment money back in back in there. But anyway, gotta take a break. We'll be back. We're talking about last week we had a bunch of policemen quit. It hasn't really made the news big time, but we're trying to figure out how do we get more people to want to be policemen in the city of Montgomery. Do we need to do we need to give a better bonus? Do we need to forget about some transgressions of years and years ago and give people a second chance? I don't know. But how do we do it? How do we fill the ranks of a job that is not optional? It is a job that is needed in this city. Of course, then again, come January, everybody's gonna be carrying a gun, so maybe we'll be our own policemen. That's not gonna end well. We'll be back.
Yeah.
by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Right now, Crayola 24-count crayons and 4-ounce Elmer's glue are just 50 cents each, plus 1-inch binders are only $1.99. In-store only, offer ends 8/26, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school, send them forward at Staples.
Good morning, Montgomery. So a couple of things going on now. Highway 14 at Walmart in Millbrook. Industrial Boulevard, parallel to 85 northbound. There's a disabled vehicle blocking the roadway. On Mobile Highway at Highway 80 in front of the Winn-Dixie, there's a minor accident reported there. So please use caution in all those areas. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You have former Bush Attorney General Michael Mukasey blasting Biden's FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago as a fishing expedition because he's right. I think it's an attempt to find evidence tying President Trump to some violent events or criminal events that took place on January 6th. I don't know whether that's what they found, but the fact is that of the 45 separate items that they seized, 11 had any classification markings at all, and only one had the top classification marking, and those were marked as of the date that they left the White House, which was more than a year and a half before this event took place. You know, and by the way, I'm not buying this Joe Biden story that he didn't know.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
For eligible individuals, 18 and older only. Results vary. Audio effects do not simulate actual hearing aid experience. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. Advanced hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week for 3 years. No charge. Oh, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. And now through Labor Day, get $300 off all rechargeable hearing aid models. Just go to listenlively.com. That's listenlively.com. listenlively.com.
Stacking Benjamins with Joe and his good friend OG not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Savings competition winner Katie Pruitt.
I was very confused by budgets, and what I realized, I was trying to make a lasagna and start with the noodles on the bottom, and I was ending up with crusty noodles. So once I started with the sauce of what I was spending, for some reason then it clicked. We were able to use the budget as a tool.
Stacking Benjamins. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Just like that, it's goodbye summer and hello back to school season. Luckily, Famous Footwear has the perfect shoes to have your kids feeling their best on day one. Elevate your son's game in a crisp pair of Nike Courts. Or have your daughters feel the spotlight in all pink Doc Martens boots or Converse platform sneakers. All the famous brands to fit whatever your kids are famous for. Shop online and at a local Famous Footwear near you.
Tired of the endless bickering and name-calling of most political talk shows?
Seriously, shut up.
That's why Caleb Colquitt hosts Tactics on the News Radio 1440 Facebook page and YouTube. As a national debate finalist and minister, Caleb uses simple reason to make solid arguments and teaches you how to do the same. Watch the Tactics podcast Monday through Thursdays at 6 p.m. online, or listen to the Best Of show Saturday mornings at 9 on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
It's 8:27 on this morning. First of all, and again, let me tell you about one of our sponsors, which is JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's right. Where you can go get yourself a pre-loved car without any fear whatsoever of whether or not that car is in great shape. I guarantee that it is. Okay, they've been in business for a long time. You can go to the website, JL Lane Truck and Auto, or you can give them a call, 272-4313, 272-4313. But the nice thing about JL Lane Auto is that you can buy there, you can pay there. So you don't have to worry about kissing the ring of Montgomery Credit Bureau, anybody like that. We all got hiccups along the way. We all step in it. What Mr. Lane, those guys want to do is give you a second chance to get it right. Okay, so give them a call, 272-4313, or you can go to 208 Gun Road, or you can go to jllanetruckandauto.com. All of these cars have undergone a rigorous and vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, you're tired of walking, you want somebody to give you a shot, okay? 208 Gun Road, here's the number, 272-4313, 272-4313. You can ask for Steve, or whoever answers the phone can help you. Okay, I'm just telling you, again, buy there, pay there, so you don't have to kiss the ring of nobody to give you a second chance because you made some mistakes in the past. That's JL Lane Truck and Auto, located at 208 Gun Road. 272-4313 is the number, 272-4313. 860-1440 is our number here. If you want to give us a call, we're talking about the lack of policemen. Some policemen quit last week, bunch of them, and we're wondering how come. Okay, it's a tough job, but it ain't the only tough job in the whole wide world. Good morning, who's this? Oh, let me turn this off right quick. Wait a minute. Okay, good morning. Yes, it's he. Well, why are they? Well, I guess the question is, why are they criminals? I don't think people wake up and say, my career. Okay, yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. What about the police officers who stop on the side of the road when it's raining dark and that help you change the tire? What about the ones that go to burning buildings and get you out? What about the ones that come to your rescue? I mean, I'm just saying. Hmm. Let me ask you something. Right? Let me ask you a question. Are we, as the community, are we partly responsible for some of the attitudes that some of the police have? Do we give them the just due respect that they deserve? we think that they were. Well, okay. Well, I mean, it's part of the job. I mean, there's somebody. Wait. I heard a guy told me one day, said he was telling the guy about Jesus walking on water, and the guy he told the story to said, "Hey, why can't he get in the boat like everybody else?" There's always going to be somebody who complains about somebody else. Always. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take another call. Right. Who's next? Right there. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. I saw it. Parents. Well, yeah, again, yeah, but I don't. Well, we got a bunch of black police officers because you shouldn't be judged. We got to but why can't you? Well, that's what we're talking about. Why, well, that's a question. Well, I don't believe right, but I don't. I know, but I don't believe you pack on charge after charge after charge after charge on one stop. Well, they do it. They do it. Well, wait. If you're speeding, no. Let's say you're speeding, right? Okay, you're gonna get stopped. And you ought to and you ought to, and right, yeah. But they stop you for speeding. Well, again, listen, I feel for them. Here's my all right, here's my suggestion. Okay, we are surrounded by 7 universities. Are you telling me that there's not enough intelligence in these universities and these systems to figure out a way to manipulate that situation no. Uh, well, I don't know if anybody has the answer. Yeah. Well, yeah. Listen, I mean, listen, you're speaking to the choir when it comes to Chicago. I don't understand that, but yeah. I hear you, brother. I hear you. It is never, and I'm not, excuse me, I'm using bad grammar there. I'm not making an excuse for anybody. I don't necessarily like the way you say it, but a lot of things you say are true. It's a cultural issue here, often, too often, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So and I don't know what to do about it, but I do know one thing. Matter of fact, one of the things the police chief said when he came to the city of Montgomery that I like, he said, how do you say, we're gonna be kind on the community but hard on crime. Unfortunately, some of the criminals make it tough on the community. Okay, listen. I don't have the answer. I'm not paid to have those answers, but I do. We're surrounded by 7 universities, and if we can't fix this, if we can't figure out how to get people to want to protect their own community, if we can, then close the doors of all the universities up. Because if we don't have people smart enough to figure this out, this sociological issue that we are having in America right now, then people need to get their money back from school, except for the computer people, because we work on computers. That's good. But I'm just telling you, we got some issues. We got some societal issues and all kinds of issues that and this what you gave me was too simplistic. There is a reason why people do not want to be policemen, and it pays more than being in the military to start. We need to find out that reason. Are we doing a bad job of recruiting? Are evidently lowering the standards of policing is not helping either. So I don't know. I mean, I've heard things about the police department. People couldn't even shoot the guns over there, and they're still on the police force because they couldn't shoot. But they still, if you can't shoot a gun, you hit a target, you probably don't need to be on the police department. But I don't know. Yeah, it's not my call. We're just having the conversation this morning. Let me take one more call before I take my last break of the hour. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Fine. Right. I would agree, and we don't really want to do that. We don't. Yeah. Which is what I was saying, and I think we should make them warrant officers. So they, yeah. but but our issue is that how do you get people motivated to want to at least put in for the job? Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we want to make people be policemen. So soldiers, I understand. Yeah. Right. Right. I think that's a great, yeah, that's a great idea. But again, how do you get people to initially even take an interest in the job? That may be a problem. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. 24-count Crayola crayons and Polly Pocket folders are 50 cents. Select backpacks and lunch sets are $14.99. In-store only. Offer ends 8/27, limit 30. Backpacks end 8/20. Send your kids forward to school at Staples.
A mainly dry day on the way. It's going to be very hot, though. Temperatures up around 95 with plenty of sunshine. Late tonight, some showers and a few rumbles of thunder could start to work in from the north. We'll watch that, but otherwise scattered showers and some storms on Wednesday. And solid rain and storm coverage again Thursday and Friday. No washouts, but high chances overall. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So a couple of things going on now. Highway 14 at Walmart in Millbrook. Industrial Boulevard, parallel to 85 northbound. There's a disabled vehicle blocking the roadway. On Mobile Highway at Highway 80 in front of the Winn-Dixie, there's a minor accident reported there. So please use caution in all those areas. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pro.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Appian Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, folks, we're in a short window here now, so make your comments concise and quickly so we can get as many people in as I can because a lot of folks been waiting. So I'm gonna shut up and go straight to the telephone at the moment, and that would be who's on there for 10. Okay, right here. Okay. Good morning. Leaving the police department? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Yes. Oh, actually, they do. Actually, yes, they. Yeah, the police don't, but yes, they do. I listen to talk radio all the time. They put it on social. Wait a minute. It's on Twitter. Wait a minute. It's on Twitter. It's on. Wait a minute. We see it in the newspaper all the time. But they don't have me. They don't have me up in Prattville. Well. First of all, though, well, I don't know. It's been going that way for a while now. Was there one? No. Wait a minute. You gotta. There's a cultural issue here though that's going on. Well, I don't know. They've had. I mean, listen. Some police did bad things. Well, that's true too. Not. Well, nobody. Yeah, but nobody wants to go get killed. But mm, right. All right. Appreciate it. I do think they probably do a little bit better job recruiting. That's just me though. But good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All righty then. Who's next? Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Good morning on there. Mm-hmm. But we were already short, right? But we've been short for years on. So I mean, that was just one incident of many. The question is, how do we get people? Why are you not on the police department still? Mm, right. Well, I remember watching, and I got to tell you something. I remember watching Dragnet back in the 1960s. But and you know what? Even being a police officer there for a black man back then, he was considered a turncoat. Even back then. Right. That's right. Okay. I gotta run because I'm running out of shot. That was second call, but I told you to call back. But I'm running out of time. Good morning, you're on there. Good morning. Who's this? Ed's gonna say that wasn't him. Yeah. Hmm. No, I mean, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But but there is one thing about it. Now, most of the time, they don't give you a ticket unless you deserve it. I mean, right. But when you use your police force as a revenue enhancer, yeah, I got a problem with that. Oh, oh, they got yeah, they got $16 million one year, I think, and Mobile and everybody's getting about 3 million. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, yeah, okay, I appreciate. I mean, I we can always find the bad, and I'm with you. You know, I mean, you can complain about sunny days if you want to. Still like them, but I still complain about it because sometimes it just be hot. You can complain about rainy days if you want to. Well, it'd be raining, but we need the water. So I guess we can find. Where's our happy medium? Where's our happy medium when it comes to policing in our communities? Where's our happy medium at? There's got to be a happy medium here someplace. Because years and years ago, if you was a policeman and you was black, they talk about you like a dog. Black folks talk about you like a dog. So I don't know. There's got to be a happy medium. I got time to take one more call. Hey, you got about 30 seconds. No, okay, now we didn't. Anyway, that's over. Anyway, so uh, we We got to come up with some solution though. But like the chief said, kind to the community, but tough on crime. Can you have both? How do we get people to want to serve in their own communities? That is the task that is before us as Montgomeryans. How do we get them to serve in their own communities? We'll talk about that another time. Have a great day, everybody.
USFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. There's a new wave of calls for violence against federal law enforcement. It comes a week after FBI agents raided the former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have issued a joint bulletin warning agents to be extra vigilant, saying their families could be in danger. They're also asking the public if they see anything to report it. The latest CDC data now shows there are 30 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Alabama and 11,000 cases nationwide. Georgia has 800 cases and Florida has 1,000 cases. A shipment of monkeypox vaccine is in Alabama right now and more doses are on the way. There's a voluntary recall of wild cherry flavored Capri Sun. Kraft Heinz says more than 5,000 cases are part of the recall because a diluted cleaning solution could have been contaminated.